What up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Since most of Chuck Lorre's shows ended up returning this past week, including Young Sheldon as well as Mom, along with his new show titled Be Positive, which I thought was a pretty decent pop, by the way, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Chuck Lorre shows, because he's done some really good shows over the years. Some really funny comedies. I mean, the guy knows how to do comedy pretty well. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Chuck Lorre shows. Alright, coming in at number 10, I'm going to go with the CBS sitcom Mike and Molly. Now, this is pretty much a show that really put Melissa McCarthy on the map. I know her breakout role, of course, was in Bridesmaids, but really before that, actually like a year before that, I believe it was, she ended up, having, starring on the show Mike and Molly, which of course had, Billy Gardell, who of course is on another Chuck Lorre show. He's on this show called Bob Hart's Episode, which I didn't really care for much. And this has been similar to The Honeymooners in a way. And it stars Billy Gardell, who plays his character named Mike Biggs, who is this good-hearted Chicago police officer who is looking to lose weight and all. And you got Molly Flynn, played by Melissa McCarthy, who's this likable fourth grade teacher with a sense of humor about her size. And so the two end up meeting one day, and Mike ends up speaking at this Overeaters Anonymous meetings, which I guess I should stop going there. One of these days. And of course, Mike and Molly both meet and for and all that. Mike and Molly is a pretty decent show. I mean, it only lasted from 2010 to 2016. Of course, Melissa McCarthy is pretty popular in the film business now with films like The Heat, Spy, just done loads of other stuff. Billy Gardell, I think, is pretty hilarious as well. You also had the girl from American Housewife in this, Katie Mixon. She was pretty good. You also had Randall Wilson, who's of course on Good Girls. He was pretty hilarious. Smithy Kurtz was in this. I've always liked the chemistry between Melissa McCarthy and Billy Gardell. Those two really play off each other well. Like I said, this really felt like The Honeymooners in a way, like a modern version of The Honeymooners. Except Mike doesn't try hit his wife or anything, but still. If you guys ever really see Mike and Molly, there's always reruns. It's a pretty decent sitcom. Alright. Coming in at number 9, I'm going to go with the sitcom Sybil. Now, this is a show that stars Sybil Shepherd, who portrays this 40-year-old actress named Sybil Sheridan, who is living in LA, and she is past her prime and working in the industry that worships youth. And so Sybil has the remnants of her two failed marriages or around her ex-husbands, including a stuntman named Jeff, and this novelist named Ira, who are always hanging around and all. So this is pretty decent sitcom. I mean, Sybil Shepherd, of course, she is best known for films like Taxi Driver. She was pretty decent in this. I bet she was also on Moonlight, if I'm not mistaken. So it's pretty cool seeing her do a sitcom like this one. You also had some other good cast lists. And as you had Christine Baranski, you had Danny Masterson, best known for that 70s Show fame, and now best known for Prison. You got Candace Cameron Bure for Full House fame. Yeah, this was a pretty decent, funny sitcom. It only lasted for about 4 seasons. It lasted from 1995 all the way to 98. It's not really a show that holds up today, but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I'll be down to see some sort of revival for this. I mean, it'll be cool seeing what Sybil has been up to since the show ended. Alright, coming in at number 8, I'm going to go with the show Disjointed. Now, this stars Kathy Bates, who portrays this woman named Ruth, who is this owner of a marijuana shop. So this is pretty much, you don't really see much marijuana TV shows. You see so many marijuana, films or stoner movies. Not a lot of stoner TV shows. So this was a pretty interesting series. It was pretty interesting to do a show about, pretty much a sitcom about marijuana and all. It sadly only lasted for 2 seasons on Netflix. It was very different to see Chuck Lorre to do a show on a streaming platform rather than a network. So it was pretty cool to see that. Captain Base was really hilarious. Yes, the one who plays her son in this, named Aaron Clifton Moulton, he was pretty good. You also had SNL alum Chris Redd, Elizabeth Ho was in this. You had some really good supporting players. Bessie Sidario still loads of scenes. It's pretty much a workplace comedy at a marijuana shop, but it's a pretty good one. So if you guys haven't really seen Disjointed, give it a shot. It's a shame that it lasted only for 2 seasons, but yeah. Alright, number 7, I'm going to go with Grace Under Fire. Now this show is a series that premiered from 1993 to 98, and it only lasted for about 5 seasons. And in it, it stars Brett Butler, who portrays this character named Grace Kelly, who is this tough woman with kids to raise. She's also like a recovering alcoholic. So it's pretty much a series about recovering, about family, motherhood, and all. You also had some other good cast members in this one. You had Casey Sanders, Kate McCullum. You had Dave Thomas, Julie White. You also had Sweet Life of Zach and Cody brothers, Dylan and Cole Sprouse. So they were pretty good in this. Now, this show only lasted about 5 seasons from 1993 to 98, but I thought it was still pretty decent. I mean, it was a decent sitcom. It's more, I guess, say it's more of a dramedy than a straight sitcom. So it's like probably one of Chuck Lorre's most different shows he's ever done, but it's still pretty funny. It is very heartfelt at times. I mean, Chuck Lorre is no stranger to doing shows about, addiction. I mean, of course, there is another show on this list that, involves addiction as well, so. Alright, but if you guys haven't really seen Grace Undercover, definitely, Grace Under Fire, definitely give that one shot. Alright, number 6, I'm going to go with Dolma Greg. Now this show premiered from 1997 all the way to 2002. And it's about this free spirit yoga instructor named Dolma, played by Jenna Elfman, who's also a dog trainer, but she has a meeting at forming for this polar opposite guy named Greg, who's this Harvard educated U.S. attorney. And they, of course, meet and form for each other. The attorney is, of course, portrayed by Thomas Gibson, who you guys might remember from Criminal Minds frames. You also had some other good cast lists. You had Mimi Kennedy, who's of course who's of course on the Chuck Lorre show now, which is of course Mom. You also have Bill Murray's brother, Joe Murray. Drew Carey was on the show. Bart Simpson herself, Yarlee Smith is in this. It was a pretty funny, cute, charming series. It had a bit of Will Grace vibe to it, if Will Grace was, if they ended up, getting married and stuff like that. But it was pretty decent. It'll be like, I always wish that they did some sort of a revival. I mean, it'll be cool to see what Dolma Greg has been through all these years. And Jenna Elfman, of course, she has actually been on the Walking Dead in recent years. Thomas Gibson, of course, he recently. Anyway, of course, Gibson recently recently was on Criminal Minds, but he ended up leaving it and all. He's also best known for the Flintstones as well, so get that. But if you guys haven't really seen Dolma Greg, it's a really decent show. It only lasted for 5 seasons, not bad. I always thought Dolma Greg was like longer than that, but anyway, coming in at number 5 is another Netflix series that Chuck Lorre did, and that is the Kaminsky Method. Now, this stars Michael Douglas as well as Alan Arkin. And here, Michael Douglas, portrays this acting teacher, while Alan Arkin portrays his acting coach. And they both have really solid chemistry for one another.
I asked Charlie this morning.
It was pretty cool to see Chuck Lorre do like a non-multicam sitcom for a change. And I thought he did a really good job with the Kaminsky Method. You also had some other pretty good cast lists, like you had Kathleen Turner popping up, Danny DeVito appeared on this, Emily Osment. You got some really good supporting cast lists, but the best part about the whole show is obviously the chemistry between Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin. Those two, you could really buy them as friends and all. and they were both terrific on this. I mean, if you guys haven't really seen the Kaminsky Method, watch 2 seasons on Netflix. They got during their final season premiering, which sadly is not going to have Alan Arkin anymore. But we'll see how good Michael Douglas will do on the show without Arkin. But you know, because Arkin really was awesome on the show. All right, coming in at number 4, I'm going to go with the series Mom. Now, of course, this show is still running. It's pretty much its 8th season just premiered this past week, and of course, you guys don't know Anna Faris ended up exiting the series. So she's pretty much not going to be on the show anymore. So, but instead, it's going to have Allison Janney, who I think Allison Janney, she's just terrific. I mean, her chemistry with her Allison Janney and William Fichtner are both really amazing on the show as well. You also had some other really good cast lists like maybe Kenny's pretty hilarious on this. William Fichtner's really good. You had French Stewart has appeared on the show as well. But it's a shame that Anna Faris ended up exiting, but hey, at least we still got Allison Janney, and she really made the show perfectly. So glad. So at least Janney's still on the show. But we're gonna see how good the show will be down the line without Anna Faris, still on board. But hey, you can't ever go wrong with Allison Janney. Come on. And by the way, whoever knew that William Fichtner could do comedy pretty well. Every time I always think of William Fichtner, I always think of him as a tough guy or villain or whatnot, a non-comedic performance. I mean, I remember when I first saw that William Fichtner was on the show, I was like, wait. I mean, this guy's not really known for comedy, so it was pretty cool to see him go outside of his comfort zone. Alright. Coming in at number 3 is, of course, Young Sheldon. Of course, this is the Big Bang Theory prequel, which, of course, stars Ian Armitage as the young version of Sheldon Cooper. You got Jim Parsons, who's actually the narrator of the show. It's, I guess, it's like the Wonder Years, but with Sheldon in it. And of course, you got Sheldon Cooper, who's dealing with his family, including his younger twin sister named Missy Cooper, played by Reagan Revard. You got Zoe Perry, who of course plays Sheldon's mother, which is, by the way, you know how cool it is that Zoe Perry is actually playing Sheldon's mother. It's pretty cool because the one who plays Sheldon's mother in Big Bang Theory is Lorre Metcalf, and Zoe Perry, by the way, is actually the daughter of Lorre Metcalf. So that's actually pretty funny to see right there. The one who plays his dad is pretty hilarious. The one who plays his Sheldon's brother is pretty good. You also got Wallace Shawn. I mean, inconceivable. Who does not love Wallace Shawn? You even got Craig T. Nelson, Annie Potts. I mean, you got some really good cast lists here. I mean, might be even a time where I even prefer this over Big Bang Theory. It's actually really hilarious. It's very heartfelt at times. I mean, of course, Big Bang Theory is a multicam sitcom, so it's pretty cool that they did a prequel that was not multicam. But yeah, if you guys haven't really seen Young Sheldon, it is, of course, running into its 4th season. It's a pretty decent show. Even if you're not a Big Bang Theory fan, I think you'll still enjoy Young Sheldon. All right. Coming in at number 2, speaking of Sheldon, number 2 obviously goes to the Big Bang Theory. I mean, I was a little late to the party when it came to the Big Bang Theory, but I really quite enjoyed the show. I mean, Jim Parsons as Sheldon Cooper is really cool to watch. I mean, the guy, of course, has some really cool lines like Bazinga and all. You got his co-stars in this. I mean, come on. Kale Cuoco, John Galecki's are really solid. I mean, it's definitely a show for us nerds. I mean, a couple of it even had a couple of cool cameos. Like I believe Stan Lee had a cameo on Big Bang Theory, if I'm not mistaken. Other cameos included the likes of Mark Hamill, Adam West appeared on the Big Bang Theory. You had Joe Manganiello, Kevin Smith even appeared on Big Bang Theory once. Who else appeared on it? Didn't George Takei appear on? I mean, heck, even Stephen Hawking had a cameo on, had a guest appearance on Big Bang Theory. I mean, that's how popular the show is. I mean, the show is actually the longest running show on this list, by the way. It actually ran for about 12 seasons. Of course, it ended its long run last year, which, hey, all good things come to an end, I guess. But hey, at least we still got to see, at least we still got Sheldon once again on Young Sheldon. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, of course, it was pretty cool. Of course, it ended up being pretty cool to see Sheldon and Amy end up getting married and all. And according to last season, it looks like, of course, according to the last episode of Young Sheldon, looks like Amy and Sheldon has a kid now, which is pretty cool right there. But yeah, Big Bang Theory is a really funny show. I mean, lots of episodes are still on TBS and and I mean, you can probably find all episodes on HBO Max as well. So yeah. All right. My number one favorite Chuck Lorre show has got to be 2.5 Men. Now, 2.5 Men, of course, you got Charlie Sheen, of course, playing a character named Charlie Harper, pretty much like a fictionalized version of Charlie Sheen. They're pretty much the same. Charlie Sheen and Charlie Harper are just the same character right there. Of course, his brother Alan Harper and his nephew Jake ends up moving in with him, and they end up pretty much spend the whole almost all seasons together. Of course, he also has of course, he even has a housekeeper named Berta, portrayed by Shanata Farrell, who tragically passed away just recent. On 2.5 Men, of course, Charlie Sheen ended up getting fired from 2.5 Men, but then he got replaced by Ashton Kutcher, which lots of people did not like it when Ashton Kutcher replaced Charlie Sheen. I know Ashton Kutcher was pretty fun. I really quite liked. I thought he was pretty good on 2.5 Men. But anywho, yeah, 2.5 Men is a really clever show. I mean, it only lasted for about 12 seasons. I mean, you even had some interesting guest appearances throughout the season. Like, I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger even made a guest appearance, which I thought was that was a really random guest spot. You had loads of other cool guest appearances. I mean, 2.5 Men, there was some hit and miss episodes, but I really always quite enjoyed the show. I believe you can probably find it on HBO Max as well. I gotta double check that, but yeah, 2.5 Men to me is the best show that Chuck Lorre has ever given. It's hilarious. It is clever at times. Some really funny jokes. I believe so. That will still hit with today's audience. And of course, the one who plays the mother, Holland Taylor, is hilarious. I mean, yeah, 2.5 Men is a really funny show right there. I don't know if ever revive it, but yeah. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, Mike and Molly. 9, Sybil. 8, Disjointed. 7, Grace Under Fire. 6, Dolma Greg. 5, The Kaminsky Method. 4, Mom. 3, Young Sheldon. 2, The Big Bang Theory. And number 1 is 2.5 Men. Now, there's some other ones I probably could have added. Let's see. Frenny's Turn. I guess that's the okay one. Bob Hart's Out of the Stove, I'm not really too fond of, to be honest with you. But let me leave with you guys. What's some of your favorite Chuck Lorre shows? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Timu signing off.